What is Veterans Day?
Veterans Day
Veterans Day
is a time to recognize, honor, celebrate.
Veterans Day is celebrated on the 11th day of November, and it is designed to commemorate all the people who served in our military over the years.
It's not just celebrated in the United States, Canada, and Australia. For example, in those locations, it's called Remembrance Day. But Veterans Day goes all the way back to World War I. Armistice Day, as it originally was called. It was the end of the Great War. November 11th, the 11th hour, 11th minute, the war to end all wars. And it was a way to recognize, again, the peace that was being settled after the atrocities of World War I.
In the 1950s, President Eisenhower signs Veterans Day into law. Veterans Day, though, is really focused on the service and the dedication of those individuals who served in the Army, the Navy. At the time it was the U.S. Air Corps that becomes the U.S. Air Force, the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, the Merchant Marines. All of these service branches dedicated a really important part of their life to assuring that our way of life and the American values that we believe in continue.
And I think, volunteer is like sort of the key word. These people are volunteering to some hardships. People are volunteering to be uprooted every 4 to 5 years.
What is the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day?
Memorial Day is going to emerge after this American Civil War, and it's really to focus on the people who we lose during the war. It's really important to remember that it's a day that's really designated to commemorate the people who gave the last full measure of their courage to their country and died on the battlefield. Veterans Day, we're here to remember the living, the people who gave a big chunk of their life to serve our country.
What does Veterans Day mean to you personally?
Personally, it's always a time for me to reflect on my own experiences in the Air Force and the amazing people I worked with. It also reminds me of how it got me sort of hooked on serving, I guess, or service, or the notion of service. I guess it began the continuum of service that led me to teaching, because I see being a public school teacher as another way to serve a more localized community.
I think about my own father, who served in the Army Air Corps over Europe in World War II. I think about my grandfather, who was a new immigrant to the country. He got off the boat in Ellis Island, and then like a year and a half later, he's turning around and he's heading to France to serve in the trenches. So it's an important day. And on a personal level, my best friend growing up, I've known since we were both on the Hawks baseball team, is a colonel in the U.S. Army, and he served 3 tours in Afghanistan.
Personally for me, this is the most important part for me is to recognize friends that I have. So I graduated in 2001, or 2002, 2001 was my senior year. So that was 9/11. So there was an attack on the 2 towers and this increased patriotism, really intense across the country. And my close friends, quite a few of them joined the military and are still active in the military. And so I have a dear friend who I call him up every once in a while and say, "Hey, where are you at?" He goes, "I'm somewhere wet," because he's on a boat somewhere, he can't tell me where, in the Navy, he's a pilot. And I like to recognize him, as well as my other friends who serve on that day, because they have stepped up and are willing to pay the ultimate price, if called upon, for our country, for our freedoms, and to maintain this life, this wonderful life we have in this wonderful country.